We are live.
What's up, everybody?
On YouTube and Facebook, waiting for Instagram. Hold on.
Howdy.
1 second.
Stand by us.
Going live on Instagram now. We are live on all three platforms. Hello, everybody.
What's up, everybody?
Yay.
Welcome to live.
Welcome to the show.
What's going on? Wait, hold on. Welcome. Look at the little welcome again thing.
You're so fancy.
Look at that.
There you go.
This feels so cool.
Upgrades.
Hope everyone's good today. We got Stephen Bartlett, Aunt Point 2AT.
Ground fog.
Mike, is your iPad still dead?
No, the iPad's not
It
dead.
actually has some power on it.
It's got some
He's
charge.
double screening it over there.
Oh, okay.
62%. And I have a phone stand.
There you go.
We're moving up in the world.
Nice. Very good. Well, Greg, whenever you're ready, bud.
All right.
Hit it. Oh, my.
Well then.
Welcome to Life, Liberty, and Equip Podcast. I'm Greg Davis, founder of NeoMag, and a firm believer that life is worth living boldly, liberty should be used for good, and we all have a calling to be equipped to pursue it. Every week, we explore what it means to live with intention and carry the tools and mindset that prepare us for whatever comes. We'll dive into topics around the freedoms we cherish, the gear we trust, and the skills that equip us. This is more than a podcast, it's a mission. Life, liberty, and equipped to pursue it. Let's get started. We're coming to you live on the NeoMag YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook accounts, and we'll be bringing your live comments into the conversation today. If you're listening to the recorded podcast, you can catch us every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern and be part of the live. You can get involved with us on our Discord server. Link is in the chat and show notes. If you're part of the NeoMag Insiders Club, we will have a discount code ready for you later in the show. Insiders Club is free to join, and you'll get access to exclusive episodes, discounts, and more. You can sign up using the pop-up on our website at theneomag.com. Also hosting with me today is Tiberius Giblin, Nate Hills,
What's going on?
and Mr. Michael Billings.
What's up, everybody?
Let's get started.
You see the respect Mike gets. Mike gets Mr. Michael Billings.
Yes.
Well, he's a
I'm
big
moving
deal.
up.
It was just rolled off the tongue that way.
Big deal.
Sign of respect.
That's right. I gave you a pause and you didn't say hi to everybody.
You
So
did not.
Aw. I waved.
all right, we got some new sound. We got some new transition sounds.
Ready?
And visuals. Ready?
Here we go.
Hit it.
Life isn't just the big moments, it's the everyday joys worth protecting. Family, friends, and community. Let's talk about what makes life rich.
Yeah. What do you guys think?
I think that makes us official.
That's super official.
Definitely sounds more official. It's funny. Last week we talked about AI. I just want to thank AI for helping me
Thanks, AI.
Thanks, AI.
pull that off.
On today's episode.
Thanks, AI, man.
Yeah. And new intro song. What do you guys think of the new intro song?
Yeah, it's good.
Well, I'm glad you didn't let it run for the hour that it's still going.
Still going.
Still going.
Yep.
It's like a 4-minute song.
It's a 4-minute song. It's
Wow.
very long. So I'm glad you didn't let it go for that long. But yeah, it's a good song.
Yeah.
Nice rock and roll.
A
Nice
new,
little touch. Little flavor coming in.
a new vibe to it. Yeah. And each of the segments has a different.
Ooh.
That's 10 seconds long. So, but each one has a different
Little thing.
sound to it.
Yeah.
No more exploding pin.
No more exploding
exploding
pen.
That's kind of sad.
2 arms.
Brave new world.
But we're professional now.
That's right.
Yes.
Sure.
But we're going to pretend until we are.
100%.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
All the way.
Mm-hmm.
I've got some other ideas of things, but one step at a time. Baby steps.
AI.
Thanks, AI. So what's new with everybody? Tib, how's it going over there?
Busy. So I wasn't here last week because I was in the great state of Texas, soaking in all the freedom, eating all the brisket possible, and was down there for a dealer show for NeoMag. So we brought a bunch of dealers in, we wrote a bunch of orders, and I got Graig. What was it? 5 million, 50 million in orders was the final
and I think,
tally?
and I gave you a $500 gift card to your favorite
Red
restaurant,
Lobster.
Red Lobster.
Yum.
Yeah.
That's so wrong.
We go
I'd
all
rather-
the way here. I do not
I-
hold back.
I would rather go to Olive Garden than Red Lobster.
It is coming back, though.
So Texas was wonderful. This weekend we're going to the Cape, or for people not living in New England, Cape Cod. And I think there's nothing better than like the end of summer, beginning of fall in Cape Cod. It's just a very, I don't know how to describe it, very comfortable, very New England-y type place. And it's just cool vibes. No freedom, but very cool vibes. And then I'm embarrassed to admit it, but this weekend was the first time the boy and I went fishing all year. And that's quite bad for, I know. It's the end of August. It was the first time we went fishing. We normally go like a couple times a month, and we haven't gone at all. So we finally grabbed some clams, and we went down to the dock here. We did some fishing, and I'm even more embarrassed to admit that for the first time, he caught more fish than I did as well.
Oh, snap.
Good for the boy.
I caught this many.
But it's because of everything you've taught him, though, right?
That's what it is. He's just took my lessons and elevated them
Exactly
to another level. But
so
he
really,
caught fish. Yeah. And it was on my pole. He was borrowing my fishing pole. So really,
Dad's luck.
I caught him. Yeah. So that's what's going on in my world.
Yeah, there's I'm talking to a very small group of people here. There's a VeggieTales song. There's a line in the song where it says, "I've never been to Boston in the fall."
That's right.
So basically all my life, I've had this like, because of that line, I'm like, man, Boston in the fall must be like
awesome,
the pinnacle of fallness, which is my favorite season. So I've always had this picture in my mind and this goal of my own to go to Boston in the fall. Unfortunately, I've only been there in the dead of winter when everything was
freezing,
awful, and dead. Everything looked dead.
There's still a bunch of people in Boston, even in the winter, though.
Oh yeah, no, it was a bustling. Of course, it was also because it was a big hockey game going on at night. But I think outside of that, just
it doesn't matter.
No,
it's always still bustling.
All the museums down there were pretty full, and yeah, it was a bustling area.
Oh yeah,
and it was cold.
It's so cold. Everything's covered in ice.
The word of the week: bustling.
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 Is it bustling or bustling?
But
I thought it was bussin'. I thought
No,
that was the new
straight bussin'.
That's different.
No.
That's different.
That's different.
We're not a part of that generation. We can't talk like that.
I'll get my son to come in the podcast and teach us all sorts of words we have no idea what they mean.
You know what we should do? We should do it, not necessarily a whole segment, but we should do like every week we have a we have a lesson on understanding another language.
That is another language.
I see where this is going.
Of the new generation coming up with new words, and
stop
like the whole. If my daughter were to listen, I don't think she does, but the whole 6-7. You guys heard that?
Yeah,
one?
Yeah. My son does that all the time.
Yeah,
and he does this when he says it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's even my daughter admits that it's the dumbest thing that her generation has come up with. It's ridiculous. So we're not going to get into that. Just if you get a chance, Google 6-7. There's multiple facets to it, and why it's funny to the kids, I don't know, but I'm glad that something dumb is funny to them, because that's kind of the comedy of my generation, is like dumb comedy. So it's Googling right now.
Like a van down by the river.
Yeah, that's all because of Chris Farley. So Nate and I were down at AIM Day. We talked about how we were going to go to this last Wednesday, and now we could talk about how we went to it we sure did this Wednesday. So we went down. We actually went down the day before. Went to Impact Shooting Range. If you're in the Cincinnati area, even like northern Kentucky area, go check out Impact. Shane is the owner. Shane is just one of the best human beings that you'll ever meet.
100%.
And so we went down and got to catch up with Shane. Unfortunately, we only get to see him maybe once a year. I'm hoping to make that happen more. Well, I wanted it to happen more this year. This year got away from us. But Shane is awesome. The range that he has out there is awesome. I've taken a number of classes there from different instructors, and he brings in some pretty big names. If you're looking for a place that has really quality instructors at a really quality range owned by a really quality person, this checks off all those boxes.
100%.
And so we went down there, and well, actually on the way, we stopped at AIM Surplus, which is where AIM Day was.
Yep.
Stopped at AIM Surplus, and things got a little out of hand there.
I don't think so.
I'm not saying in a bad way, but We left with three between the two of us. Left with 3 new guns.
Three.
Probably
3 of them.
6,500 new more rounds of ammunition.
A lot of ammo.
Yes.
Which I hadn't done an ammo buy, so that's where I always get my ammo. So I like to support AIM. They always have some of the best prices, and this time I didn't have to ship it, so I kind of doubled up on what I normally get.
What did we forget on the range yesterday, though?
I don't know.
A little bit of ammo.
Forget ammo on the range.
A little bit. No, we didn't leave the ammo that you got, but we just didn't have enough 223 yesterday.
Oh yeah, I didn't buy any 223.
Yeah, we just bought 9 mil.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
Well, what is
pulling
the
on your
other
strings.
ammo we bought, and why did we buy it?
So all right. So first off, Nate and I have been waiting a year.
A year.
I'm kind of dipping into Nate's stuff here. He has in his list of things to share.
Yeah, that's fine.
But Nate and I, we took a modern samurai class at Impact last year, just over a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we got to shoot a Impact Edition M&P. If you're in the market, actually, you know what? If you're not in the market for an M&P, you are
should
now.
still be in the market.
You
for
are
an
now.
MP.
So Shane made the mistake on our part. Maybe. No, it's
I
not
don't
a
think so.
mistake. We're happy about it. He let us shoot the Impact. So he worked with AJ Zito, who is a instructor and gunsmith. He does a porting package on it. Shane and Billy, who we've talked about before, Billy with Make Ready, did the kind of circle job on the slide. I believe he also may have put the triggers in. Do you know who put the triggers
Nope.
in? No, he didn't put
The AIM
triggers.
guys did the triggers.
AIM guys did the triggers, so they put an Apex trigger in them, and I think they even do a little work to it. Well, they do some spring work. It's kind of the whole thing too. The only thing they don't do is stipple it. And this gun,
Flattest shooting gun.
It's
Flattest.
nice.
it has. So I have a Staccato C with. We talked about this on the podcast too before, I think, with the Grandmaster Genghis comp. It's got a comp and ports in it. Super high-end gun with a super high-end porting job in it. And it has very little to no recoil. No joke. This M&P, the felt recoil
Is just the same.
is the same.
Is exactly the same.
At a
Which is crazy because
quarter of the
the
a third of the cost, quarter of the cost.
price difference. Yeah.
The price difference is huge.
I was going to say the Impact Edition comes in MSRP. I think they've got them sitting at $999.
That's crazy.
Which is a lot of money for a M&P,
But if you take into
But-
consideration the Apex trigger,
which is like $200.
$200.
Yeah,
it is the
somewhere
metal
around there.
trigger. It's not the polymer shoe, so
you
it's going to
have
be a little
what-
more
so, yeah,
expensive.
well, like what's an M&P? 600-ish or something like that.
Yeah, 650.
So you're at 8 right now.
Yep.
with that
And
M&P.
then you have a spring package with a guide rod from Wolf Springs. So that's another. I don't know how much that costs, but we'll say it's another $30 to $50. So there's another. You're up to 900 plus the milling and the porting on the barrel, which
I honestly don't know how they're making money on this.
I mean,
When you
that-
add up what it would cost you, now,
Right.
obviously they get some of those things at cost.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of margin in guns and triggers. So
and their whole argument is they're trying to bring you a custom M&P without the weight. Essentially, is their goal that you can order it and it's ready to go.
but there was a wait.
Well, there was a wait for us because we knew about it, but
We waited a year,
that's true.
over a year to get this thing.
They are the optics ready, so you don't have to get it optics cut.
Yeah.
It's just ready to go.
But I believe they are in stock now.
They are for
We saw a stack of them.
So-
I would not say there's a lot of them. But there
no.
was-
If I remember correctly, they did 25
Yeah.
on this run,
Oh, wow.
and there is at least 2 of them are gone.
yeah,
so
they were definitely gone.
There's
And it
23.
didn't look like there were 25 sitting there when we were there.
No, so they will go quickly. I know we weren't the only ones that were on the list of folks that were waiting on them. I know actually Shane had a couple he was waiting for his boys. We were waiting on some. So my guess is it's probably less than 15.
I was half tempted.
left.
I was half tempted to get another one. Just
To buy
Honestly,
one for
I had
me
a-
and Michael.
If I had a cool $1,000 still laying around, I would have bought a second one.
Yes, Tibbs needs one, right?
Tib needs one.
Tib doesn't even like M&P.
I think we all need one.
Yeah, dude.
Like I wish you guys could show the video. I know we can't because it's here on YouTube of that thing shooting. Like it doesn't do justice. When the slide was moving, it was like
I did a side-by-side shooting my staccato that I was talking
Yeah.
about alongside of this, and the recoil looks the same.
Oh wow.
Just to give to give props where it is due though, the staccato, I would definitely still choose the staccato. The trigger is just
It's better.
You can't beat a staccato 2011 trigger even over your best Apex trigger. And I think Apex trigger, I believe, is the best striker trigger you can get. And so yeah, I would still choose the staccato. I think a staccato is still worth what it is. However, for what you get out of $1,000 M&P is
the price difference
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entry point's a lot easier than
way easier. Yeah. So
and by the time you pay the tax on each individual item to have the Cerakote, the stippling, the cut, whatever.
Yeah, you'll have to ship it around a bunch of people to get it done. They
so
take care of it. Honestly, I think $1,000 is. I think it should be closer to $1,200. After I bought it, of course. You guys.
After you buy a couple more, right?
Yeah. Let me get one more. Then you guys should raise your price.
Yeah.
Coming to Smith and Wesson family here. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I've always been a Smith guy. That hasn't changed.
I have too. I've owned one of my first carry guns was a Smith. I have always loved them. I fortunately got more into 2011, so that's been my focus.
Yeah, you love your
I've kind of got away from polymer strikers, but over the last couple of years, I've been telling you, like, I really want to find a polymer striker that I can just marry myself to, and I've always known that it was M&P with an Apex. That's just, to me, that's the best there is. So I'm excited to have one. But like Nate said, so I did get a case and a half of 380. You did.
What's the next
Why?
one?
My first 380 I bought, and I'm so excited about this little thing. I bought the new Bodyguard 2.0. It is. I really wish that I could have it on the video.
it's a good little gun. Don't shake your head, Nate.
In the next podcast, we'll have to just get some content for it.
Yeah, it is a great little gun. It is the tiniest thing.
Little pocket rocket.
The small mag for it holds 10.
It's shocking.
It's amazing
mag
for such a
holds-
small gun.
Holds 12. My first carry gun, I think, was a Shield, and it held like 6, and it was twice the size of this gun. Now, of course, that's 9. This is 380. I realize the difference, but
not really though. Really, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that much different.
Well, those two
size-wise.
round sizes.
That's what I'm saying.
Aren't that different?
Baby 9mm.
So, yeah, I already had my impact sitting there, and I was like, by the way, do you happen to have one of those Bodyguards? I think I said it real quiet so none of the other men in the room would hear me. And he brings it out, and I'm like, yep, I need this. So I took that home, and we had just as much fun shooting that gun as we did
100%.
the decked out impact. Nate was calling me names, and then he started calling himself the same names
100%.
because he's like, well, now I need one of these too.
Now it's not the base Bodyguard though.
No, I got the comped one. I honestly, I was going to get the regular one, but it was like, I don't know, $30 more for the comped one. I don't think that comp's doing diddly,
But it's fun.
but it's fun.
It is fun. I got to put an optic on it.
The comp on it is like, I don't know, a 1/4 inch by a 3/8 of an inch. It's the tiniest little thing. I don't think it's doing anything, but it does look cool. And I am actually very excited to get, so Vinny over at Monsoon, we had him on the show last week. Vinny does a milling package on the Bodyguard for Red Dot, and I'm going to get that done as soon as possible. I have a holster on the way. I was hoping that our friend Dan would be on here. I ordered a holster from Dan yesterday, and so I've got that on the way. I'm 100% going to be carrying this gun. This gun with the beltless receiver, with the alias beltless
You
receiver,
wouldn't even know it's there.
You
It's
have
going-
no idea.
it's going to be the dream carry.
It'd be the second gun because people believe you have 2 guns on you.
Let's see what else I have to share. I got a vanity plate on my truck. I don't.
Can someone show the picture?
How do we upload the picture?
I can if you want me to.
I can send it to Nate. He can put it
Yes.
up on the.
Oh yeah, even better. Put it up on the screen. That
Or I'll airdrop it on the. Hold on, Nate. Incoming.
Oops. Yeah, do that.
All right, so I was texting these 3 guys. I was texting Nate, Tib, and Michael a couple weeks ago. Screen caps of I was on the Ohio website for the license plate thing, and I was just trying different things, looking at different different options. I came up with 3 or 4 different ones, but this one that we're going to show you guys, if you're listening, the plate that I got has a bald eagle on it. And if you don't know, it's because you aren't seeing me, I am bald.
Very bald.
Very bald. So bald, actually. I got a Vanity license plate that says so bald, SOBALD, and I am also just kind of. I've been like checking the mail every day. I've been like a little kid waiting for his favorite his toy to come in or whatever.
Hold on.
And so I've been checking the mail every day. Finally came in yesterday, and then I'm so excited. Nate's we'll eventually post a.
Try to figure it out.
I thought you were joking. I didn't really think you were gonna.
I think a lot of people thought I was joking, including
I thought he was being funny.
I thought it was funny,
including my family. Thought that I was joking, and I told them no. This is on the way.
New truck, new tags.
Yeah, so I got a big white truck with a white bald eagle, driven by a white bald guy. So
So bald.
I don't know.
I'm trying
You want
to
me just to hold it up on the screen?
You might have
Picture
to.
up.
Yeah, you got to show the picture.
Let me see if I can get a. Hopefully Nate can get it and make it look a little better because that's not the
Trying.
best. But you get the idea. So bald.
There's me, my bald head,
So bald.
pointing at my license.
So bald.
So bald. Excited about that. And the last thing I was going to share is I'm going to be out of town next week, going to it's actually like a retreat, seminars and stuff like that for worship leaders and stuff. I'm worship leader in my church, and unfortunately, it's in Orlando. We're like at Disney.
Oh gosh.
I am going to one of the Disney parks the last day, but there's a thing down there. I'll be gone all week. Michael, you're going to be gone next
Going
week.
on vacation.
Take a vacation, much needed vacation time. Go and hang out with your mom. And then Tib is actually taking off. The only day he's taking off next week is Wednesday when we normally do our podcast.
Oh, that's.
So Nate's going to be talking all by himself.
I'm back.
Here we go. There it is.
There
Got
we
it.
go.
Sorry. It needed to be saved as a JPEG. You sent it. It came in as a
Oh,
goofy
yeah.
file.
There I am.
There it is.
There he is. So bald.
So bald.
Sorry, guys.
Very nice. Yeah, pretty excited about that. Yeah, so we're actually not going to have a podcast next week. Nate did not want to
Be on it all by myself.
all by himself. I was going to tell him just to read something for an hour. 'Cause here's my favorite book.
Yeah, that'd be kind of lame. Nobody wants that.
I don't know. We've been going 2 hours lately.
Just
So
going to read. Yeah, it's been almost 2 hours.
2 hours of reading.
Nobody wants that. Absolutely not.
On today's episode.
Just start reading the Bible. Start in Genesis
There you go.
and see how long it takes.
In the beginning.
Good luck with all those names.
I do better than you, Tib.
Oh, that's not saying
Jerusalem.
much.
All right, Nate, what do you got going on? We were kind of tapped in. Unless there's anything else you want to add about the impact.
Well, I mean, the impact is fantastic. Been waiting a year. It did not disappoint. The only thing I've got left to do is I am going to bring it to Billy at Make Ready Firearms. He's going to do his special touch to it. Give it a cool Cerakote finish. Do a little stippling to it. It'll be really neat. But it does not disappoint. So if you're in the market for an M&P 2.0 and you want one that has just a little bit extra, go get the Impact Edition. It's well worth the money. Again, I think they pack a lot of features into it that you could not pay for all of that. Or let me rephrase. You couldn't get that for the money that you're paying for the pistol. So I think it's well worth it. My big thing this week has been Tom the Turkey.
Is he still around?
Yes. So Tom the Turkey, it seems like a silly thing, but starting, I think it was Sunday, we got home from Cincinnati. I got up Sunday. I was going to start mowing the lawn, and a male turkey was just hanging out on my back porch.
Tom.
Just chilling back there. And I didn't think much of it. Just continued to mow the yard, and he just continued to hang out. And he spent the whole day Sunday around my backyard. So I couldn't really let my dogs out because they will chase him away and then end up in the road and get hit by a car. So he spent most of the day Sunday around the house, and I didn't think much of it. And then he showed up again Monday, when I got home from work, the dogs had chased him into my valley. He jumped up into a tree, and then apparently he fell out of the tree, according to my wife. And then he showed up again last night, again on my back porch. Dog chased it into a tree, and he roosted in tree all night last night. Literally slept in the tree that the dog chased him into, and he stayed there. And then literally while we've been sitting here, my dad's been texting me that our neighbor has been sending him pictures of that turkey eating his tomatoes, and our other neighbor texting my mom asking if it's our turkey that got loose, because he's just hanging out. It's odd. He's wild. He's not domesticated, but he will let you get disturbingly close to him.
You're a week away from him letting you pet him.
Well, I mean, I've gotten...
You're 2 weeks away from him having his own bed.
Oh, 100%.
In your house.
And then
I was saying,
hopefully if I get him
away from...
I was saying, if I get him fat enough...
2 months away
from him being my Thanksgiving dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
he's a little pet.
I'd be looking up how to fatten a turkey.
Yeah,
100%.
right? You need some tomatoes?
He's very healthy. He doesn't look unhealthy at all. My kids are loving getting to watch him walk around.
Sure. Yeah, my kids would be.
That's cool.
It's a lot of fun, but he's just been hanging around the house. I really don't understand why he selected my house of all places. He's sleeping right by my basement door. I have a walkout basement, so the kids can walk up and look at him through the glass door. My dog has figured that out, though, so she's been running down to the basement door and barking at him and freaking him out. But it's just odd. He's just walking around the house, hanging out. He's lets me walk up to within 3 feet. He just kind of looks at me, starts talking,
Have you tried like feeding him out of your hand?
I don't have anything to give him. That's the problem.
A tomato. Just go grab a tomato.
Well, now I know he likes tomatoes, so I'm going to give it a try.
Grab a granola bar or something.
But yeah, so I've got a new pet turkey hanging out at my house, Tom. He was sleeping up in my pine tree last night, and he literally stayed there all night. He got chased up into the tree at about 5:30. Well, whatever time I called you, Tib, because I video called Tiberius and his
It was a little
son.
after 6.
Okay, so right after I called you, the dog chased the
Did
turkey.
you take any pictures?
I have one picture, which is just of its butt from
Turkey butt.
yeah, it's just turkey butt. It's not a good picture. It's just turkey butt. That's all.
Yeah, you got to take some good pictures.
But
yes.
so shortly after I called Tib, right after 6, my dog chased it up a tree, and it was in the tree from then until I left the house at 6:30 this morning.
That's fine.
So yeah, and apparently now it's eating my neighbor's tomatoes in his front yard. So we've got Tom the turkey hanging out at the house, which has been fun. The kids have really, really enjoyed it, and apparently the dogs do too. So that's been fun. But the biggest thing is it's cold season. If your kids are back in school, make sure they're taking their vitamin C and all of that. Colds all hit the house. The kids were in school for a grand total of 3 days, and they all came home with a cold, and now I have it as well. Hopefully I'm on the back end of it. Went home from work early yesterday to take a nap because of the sinus headache. It just gotten to me. So yeah, if your kids have
Hydrate, exercise.
Yeah. Take vitamin C.
Take your vitamins.
Go sit in the sun.
Eat well.
Eat before you take your vitamins.
Touch dirt.
Yes,
Yeah,
that too.
definitely
Oh,
eat before you
gosh.
take your vitamins.
Hard lessons.
That's pretty much it.
Michael, what's going on with you?
Well, I don't have Tom the turkey eating my tomatoes, thankfully. But come Thanksgiving, just invite me over if you need some help eating. So this week and this weekend, I left late Wednesday night, early Thursday morning. Went to GunsOutTV and XCal Range Day 2025. Great event. This is year number 2 for me with GunsOutTV and Watch We the Free. Got to see Vinny, the team Monsoon, got to shoot the guns. Loved watching the Poppies launch, and the feedback was amazing. We got to see the EDC mini trays from Staccato at this event, which we were not a part of this event. They were just utilizing the trays that we made for them for their vendor booth, which was awesome to see. The
Super cool.
response was...
They look good.
They were amazing, man. The response was awesome. We had people that support our channel and the company that were even tagging us while they were there. So it was just cool to see that. We the Free, Guns Out, they crushed it. So many familiar faces, a lot of people from the last event at GoldCon in Knoxville. Got to shoot so many fun guns, got to see some good competitions, see the community just come together to build, to empower each other, and to walk away with some awesome prizes. People won Jacob Graig 1911s. They won cigar cases, custom guns, all kinds of cool things. So I had a blast with that. The highlight of my event was 9 people there were once a student in classes that I had the opportunity to teach with Battle Line. And one of the guys from Classic Firearms came up to me, immediately recognized me. And he's like, I took your class. And we got to sit down and have a wonderful conversation. And he left me with so much humility and gratefulness for what I've been able to do in the industry and how I've been able to impact others, even in a small form. And it's cool because I haven't seen him in years. We just followed each other on social media, and to hear his backstory, hear his growth, and to be able to see him again. The fellowship was amazing. It was a very solid motivating factor when I left. But the funny one, so I am close to 60 skydives now. I have been doing this for many years, off and on as I can. Ohio is not very conducive for jumping consistently come wintertime.
Even in the summer, the weather is not great.
It's rough sometimes. So I wanted to go to IFLY because I want to become a better flyer in the sky, or essentially a faller. So I paid for the 4 jumps. It was about a minute and 20 second per round, and you go in and then you come out. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to sit fly. I'm going to get what I've been trying to work on in the air. I can back fly, belly fly, all of these things. I felt like a fat kid. Like when I went in, he's like, just fall in the air will lift you. Like I went straight to the net and then just straight into the wall. Exactly what we were talking about. So I was super humbled immediately, but for a minute and a half, I literally was like this, air rushing over me. And I'm like, crank it up. Like I'm not getting off the ground. And like my head's like hitting the wall, and I'm pushing off the wall, and it's just going back. And by the 4th iteration, right, I was finally a little bit more relaxed, and I was able to get some lift. And I mean, only like 10 feet in this tube. And I was tickled to death when I left, because I was super humbled when I left, thinking, I was like, man, I'm going to get all this stuff, sit, fly, back, fly, check some things off my syllabus, and I'm going to go do it in the air. And I went in there like a fat kid, ate Debbie cakes, just sank to the bottom. And it was like the Titanic trying to swim to the top. So
do we have videos of this, Mike? Because I'd love to see
I
this.
I have videos. Thankfully, I have the videos to show, and to show I got a little bit of lift. But afterwards, he did a demo, and it was air acrobatics. It was absolutely phenomenal to see. So I'm addicted. Unfortunately, there's not an IFLY for 3 hours from us. So anytime I'm traveling, I'm keeping my rig and my gear with me to go jump or go hit the tunnel. But I went in thinking, I was like, oh man, I'm going to burble over him. I'm going to fly over him, go on my back. We're going to do all this checklist. And I sank like the Titanic and just stayed there. And I mean, in front of everybody. And then when he brought the students in, they held on to them, but they were going 30 feet up in the tunnel, spinning them around. And I'm like, just trying to I could have stood up and been standing taller than what I was in belly fly. So needless to say, it was a learning experience, but I had a blast. The trip was wonderful. The event was wonderful. Being able to have my small brand and be there to do photography, videography, see great people in the community. I didn't win anything. I wasn't qualified to, but nonetheless, to see good people win something and walk away with product. And we're going on vacation, not together. You didn't invite me. That's fine. But
you didn't invite me. So
I'm going to take my mom on vacation for the next week in Kentucky. We are going to kayak the caverns. We're going to ride side by sides. I'm trying to get her to skydive and maybe another tattoo. Wink, wink. We're working on that one. She said she was going to do it when she was 50. She didn't, but a lot of outdoor adventures. So she's super excited. We got an awesome log cabin. So I'm going to send you guys pictures.
The weather should be awesome for it.
I am hoping to lose service. So as Nate said when he goes out of town, if you need me, I'm there, but you don't need me.
Yep. Unavailable.
Yeah, one of the things I want to add that you reminded me about is just the at AIM Day, we had I was guessing closer to 2,000 people. Last number we heard, they stopped keeping track around 2:00. They were at like 1,400 or 1,500 people. Yeah. So it was in that range. 1,500 to 2,000 people came through, and we had so many awesome conversations with people. It was kind of one or the others. It was either no, I've never heard of you before, and they were excited to hear about everything, and they had a lot of good feedback. Or it was people are showing us Neomags in their pockets, or they're carrying with the alias, and they've been a long time supporter and user of our products, stuff like that. So that was great, and it was just cool it's always cool to go to these events and just talk to your community of people.
Yeah.
We also can't speak highly enough about AIM and their team. Brian, the owner, just does an amazing job, and you can tell just the way that he runs his company through. You can tell how well he runs his company through his employees. They were all hustling and smiling the entire time. Super happy to come and take our place in the at the table and stuff. So if you're in that area, I'd recommend next year when they do. So I used to do it a couple times a year. I think they're kind of going to one time a year around the end of August. So yeah, I'll come next week. But I did just want to say it was cool to meet the community and yeah, it was great.
Yeah, if you're in the market for any gun accessories, ammo, that kind of stuff that we don't sell, go to AIM Surplus.
And you can actually AIM does carry some of our stuff, so you can even pick up some of our stuff while you're there.
And it's a free event, correct?
Yeah, it's free. They have hot dogs. That was actually really good hot dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where they got those. They were fantastic.
I like how you say hot dogs.
Yeah, they have a new way to say it now. The new Gen Z, right?
Do they?
Glizzies.
Glizzies.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Or it's just a hot dog.
I'm just gonna keep calling it a hot dog.
All right, you guys ready to head into Liberty?
Oh yeah.
Here we go.
Liberty isn't about what we can get away with. It's about how we use our freedom to serve. Let's explore what that looks like today.
Thanks. I don't remember what his name was.
AI guy, Jeremy.
Jeremy.
That AI
Justin.
guy has a great voice.
Doesn't
He
he?
does.
I wish I had that voice.
That's why I chose him. So he has a better voice, and he had the best voice of all the options I had on there.
It's a good voice.
So this week is actually kind of coming out of something Nate and I were talking about on our trip down to AIM, and Nate came across a interaction that reminded me of an interaction that I came across, and I don't know if we want to start with those stories. I'm not sure exactly where we want to start with this, but I did come up with kind of a would you rather question here. So maybe we'll start there.
Yeah.
Would you rather all internet users be fully anonymous, all of us, or have verified identities tied to every account?
Verified identities.
Yeah, I agree with Nate.
So you would want to, like your information would be out there with it too. Like that's the only way to get.
It's already out there now.
Yeah, for the most part. Tim, what do you think?
Here comes my libertarian lack of trusting bad mindset. I don't want to have to verify identity for anything if I don't want to. Granted, I have a million times over between social media and 4473s and everything else I've done. But anytime someone says force everyone to verify their identity, I'm like, nope, I'm out. I'm good.
So
I understand the point, but
I agree with you, Tib. I don't want to do it, but if the question is everyone gets to be anonymous or a verified user, I'd rather know who I'm talking to.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
That's my perspective. I'd rather know who I'm talking to on social media than, blue hair grandma 99 at AOL.com.
Yeah. And I get it. The fully anonymous opens up the world to predators and people not pretending not to be themselves. And that part I don't like. But I'd still have to lean that direction.
Because I do think it brings the worst out of the internet.
Yes, it does.
That's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about trolls and tough guys and just how we navigate online communities and social media and all these things. And there's a few levels to this. There is the things that we all personally deal with. But then it even kind of got me thinking a little bit more, well, not for the first time, but it reminded me of what it's like to have kids. I have tweens and teens now who my oldest now has one social media outlet. I'm not even going to say which one because that's how much I don't want people to know and to look for things. So, and we monitor that very closely because, and we've done as much as we can to prepare her for that, for that opportunity, because we know, because especially I know, I live a pretty public life. And so I know what it's like to deal with trolls and and stuff. And I'm an old white guy. I couldn't imagine being
So bald.
a young pretty girl. Yeah, so bald. See, I'm already getting trolled.
I said nothing.
So
That's bullying, right?
Is it? I don't
I
know.
don't know. I'm a bully myself. I got my own license plate with it.
Well, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I'd say you're bald too. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're talking about today. So with that in mind, I guess with the question being, would you rather all internet users be fully anonymous or have verified identities tied to every account? I'm with you, Nate. I like the idea of everybody having a face, a real name. I don't know, a real location. I think the internet would look very different if everybody had a real presence and not just this hidden behind a keyboard. Because the things that we see, and we see it daily,
all the time.
It's always the private accounts.
It's always the private accounts.
Always the private accounts.
It's at least 90% of the time. I will say there are some accounts that
Phony ones.
And they may have 5 followers and 2 posts, but it's also just to give a little context here. So Tib is a famous YouTuber. He has he gets approached all the time. You can't walk anywhere.
Stop it.
With
Signatures.
That's right. Approach.
Autographs.
He's signing.
I have done one autograph. One.
Have you?
One. You were with me, weren't you at GunCon? No, you weren't with me. It was a year before I started Neobike. It was awesome and awkward. Anyway.
I bet it was. I wish I was there.
I would have taken photos for you too.
Would have been great.
I have largely grown this company on social media. It exists largely because of social media. So I've lived a very, I've tried to set boundaries, but for the most part, I personally live a very visible existence. People can know that they can talk to me directly through the social media outlets. Michael helps run this one. He's helped run other accounts. He has his own account and stuff. And so we all deal with, Nate monitors, kind of helps monitor our social media. So we've seen all sorts of things. In fact, I was kind of hoping that it would just happen organically here. We've had people drop in to our YouTube lives before.
Oh, and
just
say,
drop. It's usually like some gay slur or something like that, or I don't know. Like they'll just come in, just drop a one-liner
And drop out.
and either drop out or just kind of wait and see
What we do with it.
Yeah, what we do. And normally we just laugh. Well, we either ignore, block, or laugh. Like if it's creative enough,
I'll just chuckle about it.
we'll laugh. Unfortunately, most of the time,
it's unoriginal and boring.
Yeah, they're not. I've actually responded before. This, your trolling has let me down. I wish trolls were more creative.
Give me something.
You got to do better in your trolling.
Yeah, see, Billings to Bullets is already
somebody had to troll you.
Trolling about being bald.
You drive around with it every day, so
yeah. So I thought we'd kind of talk just a little bit about it. Me and Nate can kind of talk about the things we are both kind of a third party to watching these things go down. I was actually trying to get Jared from TA on because one of the things I was going to talk about I saw happen to him. But Nate, do you want to kind of just give a
So quick synopsis of the one I saw. There was a popular YouTuber. He made a post about he had made a video about a rifle. He talked in the rifle about how that rifle suppressed was very gassy. And one of his viewers had commented back, had of course given his diatribe on how he'd been shooting AR-15s since before the Clinton era ban. And he'd built hundreds of AR-15s and all sorts of different calibers and categories and styles, and how if you think AR-15s are gassy, basically you're a wuss, right? And you should reevaluate yourself.
Basically, look at how big mine is.
Yeah, pretty much. And the YouTuber responded to him, didn't actually say anything particularly rude, was just simply, yeah, I mean, you really need to get yourself educated. And he finished that statement with, dude, you need to get yourself educated, dude. There was a little bit more to it, but again, it was nothing untoward. He didn't say anything no foul language, nothing rude, no personal attack against the guy, except clearly you don't understand what I'm saying. Yes, suppressed, it can be gassy, blah, blah, blah. The guy came back and he basically rewrote his comment, but he did it with the most racist language he could. It was extremely racist. Just rude. Everything about it was rude. The YouTuber then came back. His final comment was, you're allowed to say this. It's a First Amendment right to say what you want, and that's great. But the nice thing about your First Amendment right is that sometimes it gets to show us who are assholes, just like you. And there it was. And I was like, yeah, that's about right. And it was, at the end of the day, it was an unnecessary comment. You could have said your piece, which is, I don't believe that AR-15s are gassy. Even his original comment, whether you agree with his diatribe, his history, whatever, fine, that's cool. But you didn't have to bring the rudeness, the racist, all of it. And his racist reaction was due to the fact that the YouTuber used the word dude. That was the thing that set him off.
And it's about a topic, just hearing you say it out loud again. We're talking about
a rifle
being
gassy. It was not.
No one cares.
Yeah. No one cares.
If I made a list of 1 million things of importance, it wouldn't even make that list.
Nope. It does not. It does not require anyone to be angry about. It's not. Yeah, it's just, it was a silly thing to get worked up about. And of the things to get worked up about in the response, like, you could get angry that he said, get educated.
Sure.
You could be angry about all the things, but he got angry because not only did he say get educated, he said, get educated, dude.
Yeah.
Using the word dude is the thing that set this guy off onto a racist rant. And it was unnecessary. Yeah. Truly unnecessary.
I did see. I went back to his account. He had a screen cap of the whole conversation.
So you saw it.
Yeah, I saw it. It's just, it's disgusting and disappointing.
Yeah.
And then I saw, and the poster price. So if you go over to TA Targets, Jared, the owner of TA Targets, is a longtime friend. We actually did a podcast together for a couple of years. I saw Jared had a video. He had a screen cap of somebody's comment. The comment was basically, something along the lines of, everybody watching that video hope that he catch a ricochet to the jugular and die, or something like that. And Jared's response was basically just how disgusting of a comment that was.
Yeah.
And I went down the comments of that, and kind of disappointing thing. So it goes back to, there's a video of Jake Paul. TA went out and set up a range for Jake Paul. It's what they do. They set up ranges for people. And so they had a video of Jake spray painting one of the targets and shooting is all it was, really. And people saw that and immediately went into how Jake should die.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, like, there was nothing political. There was nothing. It was literally nothing. It was just,
he was spray painting a target
because he existed.
Yep.
In his video, people got so triggered by it that they wished death upon him. And so some of the disappointing thing is, then I go down in the comments and there's some other comments not condoning it, however, making excuses for it. It just, like, they were putting the blame back on TA. Well, you knew how people would, wouldn't like him, and you knew that blah, blah, blah. And so somehow it was TA's fault for
doing
this
business.
And some of the comments that Jared was, some of the points that Jared was trying to make was just how he was trying to get people to kind of reflect on their own thoughts and comments and what came out of them. Because they're like he spoke for himself and his team. He's like, we talked, none of us have ever seen a social media post and gone, and my response has been, this person should die.
Yep.
It's not even on the radar of possibilities of a thought. And however, then there are people who live to who live to say things like that. I would actually say your story, I wouldn't necessarily call that guy a troll. I would call him a disgusting racist.
Sure.
Sure. But although there's very shades of difference, because I think one of the points I kind of want to make in all this is it's kind of what the first question comes off of is we live in this world and society of anonymity.
Yep.
And people feel so free to say disgusting things to other people. And one of the things that we're talking about this on the drive is it's just, I probably couldn't count how many people, I'm just going to say over the last, let's just say 5 years of going to SHOT shows and going to ORD and going to
AIM Day,
just like
Gun
all these
Con.
shows. We have probably been around well past 6 figures of people. I've never had one person ever say something racist, gross, call me fat, call me skinny, call me whatever, things that we get called all the time on social media, right?
Yeah, all the time.
Like, Mike handles all of our social media comments literally every day, multiple comments of disgusting things. Not one person had ever in person said anything to me.
I'll say, and guaranteed, we talked about this, of those 6 figures, there's plenty of those people we've interacted with that probably don't like us. Not saying that we're likable or not likable or anything, commenting on us as people, but
Right.
not everyone is everyone's flavor. And you interact with that many people, somebody's not going to like you. That's just reality. So in theory, saying that they have a quote unquote excuse to say something rude, not that they have an excuse, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They actually may have a reason to say something rude because they don't like you, but they haven't. And why is that? Because it's in person.
Yeah. Because there's consequence. Well, there's a few things. I think there's consequence, but honestly, I don't even know if that's necessarily a driving factor in not saying anything in person.
It kind of goes back to what you said about the hiding behind a screen. There's empowerment behind a screen because you don't have to face those consequences directly. You don't have to face the repercussions of your words with actions followed.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing with social media nowadays is anyone can have immediate access to you, and it's either in a good way or a positive way or a negative manner. And, one thing, a perfect example, when we were younger, Eminem was a predominant rapper coming up, right? Still to this day, YouTube utilizes his songs as a algorithm pusher, right? So based on that, we sometimes use Eminem's instrumentals to throw on a song or to throw on a video because we know it's going to potentially boost it in the algorithm. Perfect example is we got comments just the other day as attacking us because we're using Eminem. He anti-Trump, anti-gun, anti-everything, right? And in my thought process, we're going for a business thought of let's boost our video views, use something with instrumentals, and let's just flow with it. I'm not thinking political, right? And people get like that all the time. But you have those comments that you're like, is this a tough guy that just has to have his perspective out there for everyone else to see? Or is it the troll? And sometimes the trolls are, oh, you're going to cheddar bob yourself, right? So my witty response is I want to be respectful, but sometimes it's like, okay, how much energy am I going to put into it? We come back with a witty response like, well, I guess I'm still stuck on 8 Mile, right? So it's not crossing that threshold of becoming that troll yourself or becoming that negative person. And sometimes you've caught me on this and I've had to, and you've done it. I've had to walk away from the room.
Yeah. We're going to kind of talk about, about some of the plans to combat this. And Tim, I want to give you an opportunity to, I'm sure you have, you have things to share in this as well from your end. But one of the things I do want to add to the music thing, because I've used music clips from, anti-2A people. And as you get those comments, to me, I actually think it's funnier I'm essentially, hopefully, making money in the firearms industry off of an anti-gunner song. To me, that's even a little bit more of kind of a kick in the teeth of like, hey, anti-gunner, I'm actually using your audio.
Thank you.
I did a whole week of Beatles videos, nothing but reels released with Beatle backgrounds just for that reason.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not make money off of that?
Yeah, I think it's kind of funny to grow my pro 2A brand off of a song of an anti-2A person. I think it's funny.
What about you, Tibbs? Like, how do you experience that with your channels and your growth on your platforms?
All right, so I get plenty of them, especially when people hear my accent, and most of them are heartfelt, joking. Like I get compared to Mr. Guns and Gear all the time, like the poor man's Mr. Guns and Gear, and all those are. I won't repeat the other ones, but and those are all in good fun, and I don't care when people cross the line and they get really insulting or nasty. I've kind of dealt with it in 4 different ways, and I'm not proud of this. I'm not bragging. Don't do it this way. Please learn from my mistakes. In the beginning, I would go back at them and I would feed the trolls and I would be confrontational. And it was years ago when I first started, and that's not the way to do it. After I got sick of doing that during COVID, again, don't do this. I would respond by saying, "You sound vaccinated." And that was it. And I wouldn't respond and I wouldn't say anything else. And it usually got people really, really angry. And after I realized that's not the godly response to have, I started trying to be a bigger person and say, of like an iron sharpens iron type of approach. Like, hey, you know, this is not the way men should be acting towards men, and we should be building each other up. And I would love some constructive criticism, but you're taking it too far. And I was shocked at how many, some people would ignore that, but I got dozens of messages back saying, "Hey, dude, you're right. I'm sorry. That was." And I have like internet friends, I'll call them, or internet people now. We chat all the time about, you know, that's not the way I should be acting. And that's not the way we need to act to each other. And I was shocked how many times I would take that approach and people would be like, "My bad, dude. I'm sorry. That was over the line." Very, very surprised. And then lately I just ignore them. It's as good of a response I got from doing it the other way. It's very time consuming. And, I just don't have the time to dedicate to it. So I literally do my best to ignore any crappy comment on my channel. Now I don't delete them. I don't care. I just ignore them.
Yeah. And this is the hard part about being on our side of things and trying to make content that's going to get views. Because if they don't make views, what's the point? You know, what's the point? So unfortunately, we have to play this algorithm as well of what is going to get views and comments. It's the trolly things. Like we also kind of troll back a little bit sometimes. We will purposely make content and I'm like, people are going to hate this. People are going to be so mad.
Yes.
And it's so easy to play it on. It's so easy to play people because they're just so predictable. Like we know exactly what's going to get people worked up. Sometimes there are things that come out of nowhere. Like, wow, I did not see that coming.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe people are mad about that color shirt.
Well, like a Trey loadout video. How dare you have so much in your pockets?
Oh, people get mad about what you put in your pockets. People have so many opinions.
Mad.
And that's the thing is like, we will create content that I know people are going to have very strong opinions on. How gassy a gun is. We've had comments about we've had comments about that gun looks gassy. Like that's a whole comment.
Yep.
That we did a whole video about a product and stuff like that. And the comment is, "Your gun looks too gassy." People just look for anything possible to point out to make themselves look smarter, which I think in your story is really, this guy just he wants to prove a point. He just wants to be known as
he knows everything.
That he's smart and that he's valuable. Like he attaches his value to his knowledge.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I was just saying it's an insecurity. If you're going to go online and talk bad to a stranger, there's some sort of insecurity in there that unfortunately he hasn't grown up or got past it.
Yeah, I agree with you that.
I will say the YouTuber in particular, if they were in person, he would never say any of that stuff to that person.
No.
To his face.
No.
That person is far too intimidating to say anything to in person. So that would never happen.
Yeah.
But the guy with the 22 that could shoot 1,000 yards, he showed up, didn't he?
Oh, it's funny. I just thought of that video. That's one of my favorites.
Grand Thumb.
Yeah, Grand Thumb. There was some guy kind of, I don't even know if I call him trolling, but he was kind of pushing back about the accuracy of a 22 long rifle at 1,000 yards. Oh, I used to say
it was 7. He said he could shoot it at 700 meters is what he said.
Yeah, 700 meters. I used to sit in my backyard. What was it? Something like that. Of
shooting Coke
cans of 700 all the time. It's so Grand Thumb and his team. They actually flew the guy out. The guy showed up. They flew the guy out. Went to a range. Gave him like some ungodly expensive high end
Accurized 22.
accurate 22. And
Couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
He couldn't even do it at 700 feet,
You're right. Yeah.
which is with a 22. I don't think I could either.
No. Well,
It's going to be like this.
yeah. The holdover. Like I remember the holdover was crazy. It's a really good video.
It's a great video.
I recommend go and find it.
But he showed up. I give him props.
I give him props. And the guy was actually, guy was pretty humble about it. I mean, he wasn't. I don't think he was. And here's our whole nother kind of offshoot this whole conversation. I think is people are just awful communicators. Horrible communicators, and I'm guilty of this as well. I'm putting myself in this. I am trying to say something. I'm coming across differently than what I'm actually saying. Right. I don't think this guy was coming across the way that he was verbalizing himself, and so because he showed up and he was a pretty humble guy. He was cool. I think he was thankful to go and
right. The
shoot with the
experience
guys
too.
and whatever too. And so I do sometimes, like there are sometimes I told Mike, I'm like, okay, I don't think that person maybe meant it that way. And it's me honestly trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like I truly try to see the best in people. Like I don't think, to me, it's the rational side of me, which I kind of looked into a little bit of science. So I don't know if we're going to get into it. Kind of looked into the science behind the mental traits of people who act this way. But like, I'm a rational, logical, pretty calm person. So when somebody leaves a irrational, crazy, jargon, racist type of thing, sometimes I try to give them the benefit of the doubt of, I don't think they actually maybe meant it. Like, if it's racist, it's not, but I don't think they meant to be racist. No, they did. But I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? And I'm like, I don't think they actually meant it like that. So I'll read it back a couple of times and go, what, let's just respond as if they meant it this way. People just are horrible
communicators.
Horrible communicators.
Yeah, and obviously you can't tell the tone if something's not said, if something's being typed. So you may read it with an angry tone and they may just have poor written skills, or they, who knows the scenario.
Yeah, to your point, Tib, that's super valid. Is we'll perceive something in a text and we'll put the tone behind it, and we'll put that person's tone and that mannerism behind it. When it, perfect example, your wife texts you like,
I was just about to say
novel, right? And you're busy and you're like, cool, all right, babe, sounds good, right? And that is not what she needed you to address everything that she detailed in the text, and you're in the middle of a work day.
You just thumbs up emoji it,
right? No, yeah, you're gonna get in trouble for that one. So to your point, Ted, that is huge, and right back to what Greg said, the miscommunication and being unable to communicate. And Greg, too, I'm very much guilty of this. When I first started working with Neomag, I wanted to troll right back, and I wanted to bite back. And you were patient with me, and it kind of leads us into our faith segment here in a little bit. But you taught me a little bit of humility and a lot of patience and perception about how do we perceive things based on how we interpret it. And it's like, maybe see it from a 30,000 foot perspective, dissect it, and then come back again, not with that troll mentality, but a leadership mentality. Don't stoop to the level, and maybe it's not even a negative level, it's our perception of things, but come with a positive leadership mentality, and that may be the solving problem of the communication, and their tone received of that response is what you want, the positivity from it.
It's already been an hour, so I kind of skipped to the end of what I want to talk in this segment about. So just there's kind of two angles I want to take of this. One is like a personal angle. These are some things that I have learned over the years. So I used to make the mistake of, I would get in bed at night, I would open YouTube and I would start reading through comments, and I would go to bed so mad. I would be depressed and mad because just people attacked every single thing there is to attack about me. And, I'm feeling bad about myself. I'm like, why do I have this company? Nobody likes myself. Just, you start going down these ugly rabbit holes of lies because of people who literally mean nothing. And so part of my, part of what I've learned is I made changes to how I did things. One, I stopped doing that. I stopped, laying in bed at night, doing comments. I would do it during work hours, and I would actually set a timer. I found if I spent more than 15 minutes replying to stupid comments and mean comments and stuff like that, I would just I would go nuts.
Yeah.
I set a timer. I literally set a timer on my phone. I have 15 minutes to respond to as many people as I can, and then I'm done. And I honestly, there were times I didn't even make it 15 minutes because I'm like, I'm going to ruin my day.
It's bad for your mental health.
It's so bad. And so there's that. Just be smart about the time you spend doing it. And just a side comment, I realize that probably a lot of this probably really might not have a whole lot to do with your average person watching and listening. You might not live in the view that we do. However, if you don't, maybe somebody does, maybe your kids are on social media, they're not able to escape the kids at school anymore. It goes with them ever. I could not imagine being a teenager in today's world with this.
Well, to counter that point though, even if you don't have people attacking you and it being bad for your mental health, immersing yourself in negative comments, even if they're not directed at you, is still not good for your mental health, right? And what I mean by that, if you're reading comments that you are angry about, if you're reading comments that fire you up, get you sad, all of those things, if you're constantly immersing yourself in that, that's not good for you either. Yeah. So it doesn't necessarily have to be directed at you to negatively affect your mental health. So that just comes back to even that doom scrolling at night. If you're doom scrolling reels and YouTube shorts, I know that I am guilty of getting onto some reel, some YouTube short, and then getting buried in a comment scroll where you're just scrolling through. And part of it is like, oh, I was super interested in this. And then you kind of get buried in some argument between people that you'll never meet. Their discussion doesn't matter about something that doesn't affect you in any way, but you spend 25 minutes buried in this conversation of them going back and forth and
just using your own energy
and them calling each other names and being negative and angry with each other. And at the end of that time, you finish that and you're angry. Why?
Yeah.
Why are you angry? It wasn't directed at you. It wasn't about you. It wasn't about someone in your family. It wasn't about anything related to you. But at the end of the day, that, I'm going to use a weird word, energy has infected you. It's not worth it.
Well, and there's also an offshoot of the same thing is how often do we, and I probably did it this morning, how often do we find entertainment in running to the comments section? Yeah. We're like, Sig posted another video. I run to the comments section. Yeah, right.
Well, so Vinny, Monsoon Tactical Vinny just jumped on Instagram and said, silence is more powerful than a lot of business owners think.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's kind of one of my other points is don't feed the trolls.
Yeah.
It's actually the first thing I put. Don't feed the trolls. Don't fight back on their level. Respond in a rational, kind manner. Because, one of the quotes I always heard is don't fight somebody uglier than you because they have less to lose. Right. I was hilarious. There's truth to it. And I think it applies to this too. The person that you are going to fight with has nothing to lose.
Fight with.
Yeah, I thought that was a good one too.
They're just trying to get a rise out of you. They're probably mentally not well. So there's another kind of one line that I've heard too, kind of similar to that, just fighting with somebody who's crazier than you.
Use your head.
Yeah, use your head. Just don't feed into it because you are arguing with somebody who is not well.
Yeah.
And so you're just going to get drugged down with them. So actually, one of the first people I saw handle trolls really well is Barrett with True Exodus years ago. People love to troll him. And he would just respond with, I hope your day goes good and I hope something good happens to you. Just, something like that. Just completely disarms coming in, like an angry bull in a china shop. It just it's a stiff arm of just, I hope you have a good day and I hope something good happens to you. Just, throw that out. You don't have to address what they said or anything like that. So just be careful of that. The third thing I wrote down here is block them. I have become more, especially on my business accounts, saying I'm like, you know what? This is an ad that I'm paying money for. I have no problem deleting and blocking, gross comments that don't have anything to do with the topic at hand.
Yep.
All day. We will block and delete you.
Wow.
I will delete comments. I'm all for.
I thought he was talking to me.
He's coming for you, Tib.
I
Watch
got
out.
you. I got your ticket.
Don't block me.
I'm all for free speech. But
Don't be a douchebag.
yeah, there's also I also have the freedom to delete and block you, and I have no problem doing that as well.
Absolutely.
And then the last thing, and Tib, I think this kind of goes to what you're talking about, is just focus on the positive comments. You don't waste your time arguing with the trolls when there are people, and I've challenged Mike with the same thing. Like, there are people asking legit questions and wanting legit information. Use your time first and foremost to help them and converse with them. And so I kind of want to just, I want to end this segment with just a challenge to all of our listeners, and there is be better, be leaders in all aspects of your life, including what you say, who you talk to, how you say it to other people online. Even though you don't know them, you'll never meet them. Even though you have the power of sitting behind a keyboard and don't have to worry about getting punched in the throat, maybe put yourself virtually in front of that person and go, would I say this to that person? Would I feel like getting into a fist fight today? Getting shot today? Possibly.
Some of us more than others.
The question is, do I feel like getting punched in the face today? Because
that's that Mike Tyson quote. The
Yes.
internet has made it real. Because of the internet, people forgot what it's like to get punched in the face or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's
Accurate.
a good one.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I had on the segment. You guys have any other?
Don't be a keyboard warrior.
Yeah. Just chill.
Just chill.
If you're mentally unwell, don't be online. That's just going to drag you down even more.
I'll say the same thing my mom always said to me. If you have nothing nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Sticks and stones.
It's literally that. Thanks, Mom. Always pops into my head every single time I go to comment back to anybody that was rude. And I almost, even if I've gotten through typing a comment, I was telling Greg this yesterday. If I get through typing a comment, there's so many times that I say, nope,
Delete.
and move on.
Constant. I do that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It would feel real good to hit post, but then at the same time, it'll feel real bad when other people look at it and been like, wow, what a douchebag he is. Yeah, well, I guess I am. I'm just as bad as the guy I'm commenting to. So if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all.
And what my dad said, use your head.
Use your head.
Use your head.
All right, let's get to the next
Use your
segment.
bald head.
Here's your bald head.
All right. Ready?
Yep.
Equipped.
The right tools, the right skills at the right time. This is where we get equipped to live boldly and be ready for what comes next.
I'm not gonna lie, it sounds like a Home Depot ad.
It does.
It really
It does. Nailed it.
Oh, no.
100%.
Oh, no.
100%
All right.
it
I've
does.
been there way too much the last month.
Home Depot.
Yep, you nailed it. That was perfect. All right, we have our discount code for our insiders. It is Precision20.
Precision 20.
For those of you who don't know how to spell precision,
Put it in the comments.
put it in the comments, copy and paste.
For all. Hold on.
This is going to be good. It will expire Thursday, the 28th at midnight. So if you're an insider, log into your account. If you don't have an account, there's a pop-up. There's also a little thing that pops on the bottom of our website. You can click that, sign up for insiders. You can also go up to the search box, type in insiders. It'll come up with their form to sign up, and you can use that code. We also have something coming for you guys. This weekend is Labor Day weekend. Mike's got his phone on vibrating. It's so loud.
That was
Metal.
So this weekend we have a gift card promo for you guys. We do these a couple of times a year, and we've actually lowered the threshold. Normally it's been $99. We've lowered the threshold to $50. You spend for every 50 you spend, you get another $10 gift card. We'll email those out. It's a gift card.
It'll be emailed out after the event is over.
By
Yeah.
9/5 is what the emails are going out.
So yeah, every $50 you get $10 gift card.
for a
Okay.
future purchase.
Yes, for a future purchase.
Yes.
So yeah, a couple deals for you. Plus, we have something new coming out.
Oh,
So we're
New.
going to kind of what we're going to talk about for the equip segment today, because we like gear. We are gear guys. We like making gear, buying gear, using gear, watching videos on gear,
Making nasty comments about gear.
trolling
gear.
Should I add this to the stage?
Yeah, go ahead.
Should I do it?
Nate's got a video. So we are coming out with
Here it comes.
with a couple things, actually. We are adding a couple more colors to the rigs handguard covers.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Colors.
You see,
OD green.
if you're watching, we have FDE, OD green, and of course it's black. But you're also going to notice in this video, there's something new on the bottom side of that rail. We are coming out with a rigs hand stop. If you are a fan of a low profile hand stop like we all are, I don't need a big old forward grip to grip onto. I got a whole handguard for that. So we designed a pretty cool looking, very functional, low profile hand stop. We machined these out of 6061 aluminum. We have Cerakoted them also in 3 colors, black, FDE, and OD green. And they have wire routing underneath them, just like the handguards do. So, for instance, Micah has a rifle where the wires on everything on there are a foot long for whatever reason. So we had to really route things all over the place.
It seems kind of trolly.
I am trolling.
Whoa.
The wires on those
Easy.
things are ridiculous. So we actually did route one underneath the handguard. So in this case, you'll be able to route it underneath the handguard. You can even kind of U it underneath itself and come back out and just kind of take up some of that slack. Or if you just have to cross over from one rifle to the other, it'll get rid of those snag points of your wires. So we've talked about before how the Rigs product group is going to continue to grow. We actually have a couple other products sitting on my desk now. We just got out of the CNC machine. They're going to be coming out maybe later this year. This Rigs group is going to keep growing. So yeah, what do you guys think of these?
I've been a big fan. I'm going to take the video down. The little nub for the hand stop is really crisp. We actually, the first iteration we did for it, Greg and I really liked it, but we realized Billy, Make Ready, was playing with one. We put it, I don't remember if we actually had it on a rifle or what, but he grabbed it. He's like, this is great. Nope, it's too sharp.
Yeah.
I think he grabbed it for like 3.5 seconds, and he'd established that he thought it was too sharp. And we both grabbed it again and we're like, oh yeah, we see exactly what we're talking about. So we've made a couple different changes over the design process. It's really comfortable in your hand. You can either use it as a traditional hand stop, meaning you're putting your hand against it, or putting it between your fingers. I know some people kind of like to use it.
I like to put it between my index finger and middle finger. I like to kind of split it.
Yeah, so using it to split your fingers instead of putting it as a traditional hand stop. So it's really comfortable from that perspective, and it works really well as a barrier support.
Yeah, so I actually tested it
on my shop table.
on the shop table.
Beat the crap out of one of my shop tables.
I was like, I just want to torture test it. I want to see how hard I could.
He torture tested my shop table, not the hand stop. The hand stop was fine.
The hand stop was totally fine. There's some big old dents in the table though.
And
so
my shop table.
The handguard, if you aren't seeing it, you can go to the website next week. These will be out. But the bottom of it actually kind of comes to a point. It's not a sharp point. It's not even remotely sharp to on you. However, if you take it and you jam it into, let's say, a wood table, it is going to dig in. And we've used it on the range, and it legit will add stability to your rifle. You know, as you're shooting, your rifle's not going to kind of hop around, move around, because if you put your weight behind it and you jam that little point into your barrier, it's going to stay. It is solid aluminum.
It's lightweight and minimalistic.
Lightweight.
Lifetime warranty.
It doesn't weigh anything.
No.
Being the 6061 aluminum, it doesn't weigh anything. It's nice and stiff and stable.
And it matches the colors of the rigs.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Yeah, everything matches. And actually, it matches really well with our sentry straps as well.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it does.
So if you want to complete the whole set and make everything matchy,
you can.
You have to look good when you do it. That's all that really matters.
It's true.
If you can't shoot good, you might as well look good shooting.
That's my motto. I've had one of these rigs on a couple rifles for a few months, and people have noticed, like, hey, what hand stop is that? When I kind of nonchalantly have it on a gun as I was testing, And I'll second everything you guys said. It looks good. It feels fantastic. It's great when you're shooting standing. It's great into a barricade or some sort of supported shooting. It's I'm looking down because I'm looking at one right now. Solid M-lock lockup. It's a good little hand stop.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of a low profile. I've seen people buying larger ones and cutting them down and all sorts of stuff like that. So it's not the first one on the market, nor will it be the last. It might not even be the most innovative one out there, because there are also some other ones that have wire routing in them too. I'm not claiming it's the first. This is our take on a small hand stop with wire routing, and we're going to be coming in at a price point that's going to be extremely competitive with other ones on the market as well. So, yeah, just our way of broadening our product range and continuing to make some high quality American-made products. This is U.S. sourced aluminum, Cerakoted locally. You're supporting USA on many
fronts,
including our small business here.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty short and sweet on the equip segment this year. I did have a question. If you guys want to hit in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. What is your favorite rifle accessory, and why? Or maybe what is a rifle accessory maybe you're looking for that you just haven't found?
Favorite rifle.
You just aren't happy with what you found.
The Century strap and the rigs, obviously.
Yeah, duh.
What's better than that?
Use your head.
All right, I'm not gonna say our product because that seems super lame.
I like to suck up to Graig as often as I can.
Yeah, well, that's your thing.
That's why you're my favorite.
Say that to everybody.
I actually think one of my favorites is the Scalar Works optic mounts.
Yeah,
I love their optic mounts. They're lightweight. I like the little clicky wheel for actually like putting it on and taking it off. I think they're really, really nice. I don't know. I'm not gonna say they're the best out there. I have 2 or 3. I can't remember how many I have. I just really like them. I think they're really nice. I know everyone likes Unity a lot. I know that they're really nice. The Scalar Works ones are super lightweight and really, really
I'll say that
clean.
I've used Scalar Works for a long time. I'm not on any recent builds because I've been using Unity on some of the newer ones we have around here. But to me, it's 2 different uses. If I want like a beefy riser, then I'm going Unity. If I want just a lightweight optic, better than the stock optic mount, then then you should go Scalar Works. So I think I was just gonna look up here. One of the things I've not built a rifle in a long time, and the rifles that I mostly use are the ones that we have here for content and stuff. Not really my guns, even though I probably spend more time shooting them. When I would build a gun, one of the things I always put on every one, I think it was Magpul. I was gonna try to search it. Makes a grip that's kind of grippy.
Yeah,
it's kind of like rubbery. Yeah.
Magpul has that over molded, and so did Hogue.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I really love those. I found them to work really well if my hands were sweaty, all the way to if it's really cold out. I just like the feeling.
Are you talking about like the pistol grip itself?
Yeah.
Hogue has got some really big, solid grips.
Yeah, just I like the feeling of that. So I was trying to think back to what's something that I used to like. If I build a new rifle, I put the same thing on every one. I remember that grip being one of the ones I always put on every one.
So that's like when you have so many accessories nowadays, and it depends on what type of rifle you're building out for what specification, whether it be night vision, lasers, IR compatible, and so forth. But one thing to that point is every rifle that I have, I've got a Geisley trigger and a Radian Talon safety. A 45 safety goes in every single rifle that I run. And there's amazing triggers out there. A ton of good companies out there that make outstanding triggers. I found Geisley eons ago and have stuck with them ever since. And it's what I run. So every one of my rifles has the exact same, a Geisley trigger and a Radian safety.
It is funny. I've never, until I put an Apex in an M&P, I was never picky about triggers ever. And I still haven't really been picky about rifle triggers. The Type A's we have actually have they do a good job on their trigger.
Yeah, they have nice rifles.
The rifle I built the most recently, I put a CMC trigger in,
Yeah, that's what I used to always put in all my rifles.
which is decent.
Yeah.
It's nothing.
especially
I
at
mean,
the price point. From what I remember, they were always a
It's a solid entry point. Yeah, it's not.
solid trigger for a solid price.
Yeah, under 200.
It wasn't terribly expensive, and I like the fact that it was entirely enclosed, so you didn't have to actually assemble it. You
Yeah.
literally just drop the thing in and throw the pins through it. And it's
cassette
done.
trigger.
Yeah. And I don't remember. I want to say it was like a 4-pound trigger or something like that. So it wasn't super heavy, but it wasn't super light. Somewhere in there, it was nice and crisp. But all the other triggers I have and I built were all just, mil spec.
Yeah, I'm with you. I never cared all that much because it's not like, it's a big old rifle. I have 3 points of contact on this gun. I got my shoulder, I got pistol grip hand, I got front hand. I've got so many points to just grip onto this thing and pull into me that like it could be the worst trigger in the world. And I feel like I could still
Run it.
I could still run it without it disrupting my sights.
Now,
whereas like on a handgun,
Yeah,
I'm super picky with the trigger on a handgun.
I do think
I can counter that one for sure.
I do think you can make an argument for a good trigger in a rifle. I'm not saying you
100%.
can't.
Yeah, I'm not saying you can't. Yeah.
I just
never cared as much
Yeah.
because
Oh yeah, like from the M16, the M4, the mil spec trigger, the rounded trigger. It's terrible. And when you put a flat face trigger,
I do
in,
like flat faced. I
Yeah.
will say I prefer flat over round.
if you can go flat
But-
face and a light trigger pull, especially for the type of training we're primarily doing, it's just my favorite accessory that I've put in every rifle.
I said I can definitely run a rifle way faster with a nice crisp.
Yeah. Would you rather have a staccato trigger or a stock
of
striker
course,
fire
yeah.
trigger?
You want
right?
a stock clock trigger,
Right.
Yeah. How about you, Tim? What's your favorite rifle accessory?
I don't know if it's my favorite, but the thing I do on most rifles is to make sure I have a very neutral grip. Like I like the grips that don't have much of an angle to them. B5 makes a very good one. Die Free Co makes one I love. It's just very vertical. It's not much of an angle, and just having that type of grip, it feels a lot better. I don't care about triggers all that much. I like a high optic mount. If I can get like a 2 1/4 high optic mount, I find that very comfortable, especially with those neutral grips. And if every gun I had could have a suppressor, that would be fantastic.
As long as it's not too gassy.
Yeah.
Too easy there.
So I will say B5 is probably my favorite furniture, if you're going to put that term.
Yeah.
I like their stocks. I like their grips. I'm with you, Tib. I like a neutral grip on my rifle. I think B5, I like their grip. I think their grip is really nice. I really like their stocks.
I'll bring you a Die Free Co grip.
Yeah, as I
and
said,
you can try it. Yeah.
Okay.
They
Good.
are fantastic. And they're in New Hampshire.
Oh, are they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I don't think I heard of them.
They're across the street from Q, which is funny.
Wonder if that's on purpose.
I asked them, and they said they have no relations to Q, but they happen to be across the street.
Interesting. I guess I didn't realize Q was in New Hampshire as well.
You almost said New Hampshire.
I did
Yeah,
because you
almost
said it
New
first.
Hampshire, yeah. Yeah, them.
All right, very good. All right, let's head into our last segment.
All right.
Faith anchors us, fuel drives us. Let's open God's word and find the wisdom we need to live it out every day.
He does have a very nice voice.
I like his voice.
Soothing.
Way better than ours. I'm trying to talk real low like his.
I'm just saying, if we need to make a Home Depot ad, that second segment, that was the one.
I've got the song.
That was the one.
Got it ready. All right, so I actually picked out 3 different verses. There's a whole bunch that I could have picked out. I was, as I was thinking about the verses today, I was thinking about what we talked about with our Liberty segment, and one of the things that me and Nate talked about is on our drive is that quote that I think we used a couple weeks ago of essentially our freedom isn't necessarily about what we can do with it. It's about what we decide not to do with our freedom that matters the most. And so sometimes not talking, not being a jerk, not trolling is the best use of our freedom. And so I got 3 verses here. The first one is one of my favorite life verses, Micah 6:8. He has shown you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Lord require of you? To act justly and to love mercy and to walk humbly with your God. If there's a list of things to do, it's to act justly, love mercy, be merciful, and to walk humbly with your God. And I just think that if we can embody this, if we can if we can, when we log on to YouTube in the morning to handle our comments, Mike, maybe this is one of the verses that we've written across the board, across your screen is to act justly, to love and be merciful, and to walk humbly, because it's also easy to just react sometimes to being when we are treated unjustly and without mercy. Sometimes our response is to lash out, not very humbly, but right. I want you guys' thoughts on this verse.
And without mercy.
Yeah. Anything to add to this verse?
I've got stuff for the next ones. I don't have one.
All right, let's get to the next one. Colossians 3:12. Therefore, as God's chosen people, holy and dearly loved, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. There's a list for you. What's your thoughts on this?
Well, I love if you read through what he's saying here. So he says, clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Think about what he's saying. So clothe yourselves. So putting clothing on, you're surrounding yourselves with it, but it's also what other people are seeing, right? And I don't mean that as in you're trying to deceive people, that you're trying to cover something up, but it's the outward face. It's you're showing people compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. That is the outward showing to those people. You're putting this clothing on the outside as God's chosen people who are holy and dearly loved, to show to the world compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. That is what you're called to do, to put on every day, to be the outward face of who you are as a person, as God's chosen people. It's not have these things inside. It's clothing yourselves. This is what is on the outside. This is what everybody sees as you go out for your day. You're putting this on so everyone can see it. That's all.
Mic drop.
Yeah. One of the other things I was thinking about as you're talking about that is, and what we talked about with just so we didn't really get into the kind of the I kind of want to call it science, the thought process behind your trolls. They're narcissists. They're sadists. They're these are all things I found. This is not me coming up with these words for this. But I really think if we were to, these people want to, and I'm putting myself in the same thing. I'm guilty of the same things. We want to be seen. We want to be known. We want to, and in order to be seen, we try to do things to get a reaction, so that we feel seen, so we feel validated that our existence is worth something. And sometimes that manifests itself in unfortunately being a troll. If I say this, they're going to get worked up. I get a response back. Hey, I got something out of this. I would challenge that if you look like this, if you, in today's world, if you are clothed with compassion and kindness and humility and gentleness and patience, you're going to stand out far beyond everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like that's the whole picture of Christ walking the earth was looking different. His challenge to his believers is to set yourselves apart from the rest. If you go back and you look at the Old Testament, all the book of Leviticus is a list of rules and laws that are all ceremonial, just to look different than everybody else around them, all the other people groups around them. That was the whole point of it. Is God says, I want you to look different than those around you, and that hasn't changed. God still wants us to look different. So clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience. Yeah, that's a good one. You guys have Michael? You got
I don't have much to add to that, but it kind of resonates with me to the Bible verse we did either last year or this year with the armor of faith, because as you clothe yourself in this compassion, kindness, humility, gentleness, and patience, I believe strongly you're going to need that armor of faith, because when you walk like God and you carry these attributes and qualities about yourself, these godlike qualities, you're going to be attacked constantly. You're going to have those trolls. You're going to have those people that want to bring you down to their level because they haven't got to experience what you're walking in.
Mm.
So that's all I have for that.
I almost put those in there. I was like, so many verses I want to put in here. And that was one of them.
That's a good verse.
Tim, you got anything?
I don't have anything unique to add. I just, like you said, these are the messages this is the message that Jesus had for us and how he wants us to live. And I know Micah is Old Testament, but still, this is the footprint, living meekly, being meek, not being weak, but meekness, love, mercy, compassion, all the things you mentioned. That's what we're called to do. And even if somebody is being a troll or childish or saying hurtful things, being the bigger person and loving them either way, which is not easy to do for me.
No, I don't think it's for any of us.
No.
Yeah.
The last one I got here, 1 Thessalonians 5:15. Make sure that nobody pays back wrong for wrong, but always strive to do what is good for each other and for everyone else. And this is kind of where I've had a challenge myself. And Michael, when we're responding to people, is not paying back wrong for wrong, not responding to anger with anger, not responding to just ugly with ugly.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Just don't pay back wrong for wrong. You're just taking turns slapping each other. It's not gonna go anywhere good. It's never gonna end good. So always strive to do what is good for each other and for everyone else. And that's, in order to do that, we got to get out of our own way, right? None of that is selfish. It's all selfless. Doing good for each other and for everyone else. If we were to think that way, if we were to think what is good for the person on the other side of the table, on the other side of this internet connection, whatever it is, of what is good for them, that alone is going to change our response and all that. And I think more than anything, I think all this comes down to just let's say heart posture.
Mm-hmm.
What is, and I've talked about this before, of what goes in comes out. So what you fill yourself with, if you fill yourself with entertainment with trolls, you're probably going to start to go and think that way as well. And don't feed the trolls.
Everything is transactional. What you received is what's processed. And this kind of correlates to this is, if you want to take the negativity and you want to feed it back, you're only adding to that transaction. You're only adding to that response. And the wrong for wrong won't solve it. It won't change either perspective. At the end of the day, you'll just walk away angry.
Yeah, everybody's going to be angry.
All right. So it's great. This one I should probably have on the wall in the office as well.
Yeah,
don't pay back wrong for wrong, but be good and let that go right back to Colossians. It just resonates well. Be what God wants you to do and walk as God would have you walk, and let that resonate with others, and let the positivity shed like Barrett did. If they want to be negative, we can delete and block you. Just let you know, but we're going to start coming back with some positivity. Hey, have a good day. I hope you're doing well. Like, can we pray for you? Because it may be what they need the most is they may be having a bad day and they lost it on our account just for that moment. And then they come back and apologize. It's like, man, we have a new follower, a new subscriber, somebody that may follow this podcast now and be able to resonate with these verses. So
yep.
Positivity goes a lot further than the wrong actions of others.
I like that. True that. Hey, you guys are ready to wrap this up? Thanks for tuning in to Life, Liberty, and Equipped. If today's conversation challenged you, encouraged you, or helped you get more equipped to pursue your mission, share it with a friend, drop a comment, and please leave us a review.
Don't forget, we go live on the Neomag YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be part of the next live show.
And if you're not already part of the Neomag Insiders Club, now is your opportunity to gain early access to Neomag gear, exclusive content, and front row seats to everything we're building.
Until next time, live boldly, stand for liberty, and stay equipped. See you soon.
Bye.
See ya.
See you later.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining our live today, our live stream of the podcast. We appreciate your guys' participation in the discussion. We hope you guys are as excited about the Riggs hand stop drop next week and the Labor Day sale this weekend. As a reminder, we will not be here next Wednesday.
No episode next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday will be nobody here.
My fault.
We're unlaboring.
Unlaboring next week.
Unlaboring.
Too many people on vacation.
All week.
Tibbs going to be shooting guns that are suppressed because he can't do that normally, which is exciting for him.
Good
And I'll
experience freedom.
apparently be working by myself. So that's exciting for me. But thank you guys so much for joining in, and we will see you guys in a couple weeks.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.